I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to our series of solving test problems. Here is question number 10 from test paper of advanced functions. Let us understand the strategies and enjoy the journey of learning. Question number 10 here is f of x equals to cos x plus square root 3x. Find amplitude, period, and phase shift of f of x. Sketch one cycle of the periodic function f of x. Extremely difficult question. How do we find amplitude, period, and phase shift of this particular function? So the trick to do this is to write this function as r times, we could write sine of x minus alpha or x plus alpha. Then r is going to be the magnitude and alpha is going to be the phase shift. Correct? So that is how we can find amplitude and phase shift for this problem. Now, how do we write this in this form? Now, the expression given to you is cos x plus square root sine x. If you remember, sine of a plus b is what? Sine of a plus b is sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. So, you could rewrite the given expression in sine a cos b plus cos a sine b, right? So, how do we get this value, right? So, what we are going to do is the coefficient of cos x is 1. So, let's do one thing here. First, let's begin by writing the equation given to us as cos x plus square root sine 3 sine x. So, since we want sine a, so cos b, let's say, is given to us. So, let's say, and the cos and sine values cannot be more than 1. So, we need to take care of square root 3 also. So what we can do here is both, here it is 1. So what is 1 plus 1 square plus square root 3 square equals to? If we square root that, we get 1 plus 3 square root, and which is equal to 2. So what we can do here is that we can take 2 common and divide these terms by 2. So we get 1 over 2 cos x plus square root 3 over 2 sine x. You see what we did, right? So that is how we could rearrange it. And now we have half cos x and square root 3 over 2 sine x. So we can now write half of this as sine alpha equals to half, right? And cos alpha equals to square root 3 by 2. Sine alpha is half, square root 3 by 2 is cos alpha. I think you've guessed what alpha could be, right? So normally it is not that simple. So what we do is we divide them. So we get tan alpha equals to half by square root 3 by 2. And from there, it is very clear that alpha is equals to, so this is like 1 over square root 3, right? So all this is indicating one thing to us, that we're looking into this particular triangle with sides 1 to square root 3, and sine alpha of half means that angle, which will be pi by 6, right? So pi by 6 becomes the angle. You get the whole idea. So I think now we have understood how do we write this function as a sine function, right? So let's move on to a fresh page and then we'll further work on it. So what we did was we wrote this expression as 2 times half cos x plus square root 3 over 2 sine x, right? And we substituted half to sine alpha and square root 3 by 2 to cos alpha. So, and we got the value of sine alpha and cos alpha also, right? So, we wrote the function f of x as equal to 2 times half as sine alpha cos x plus cos alpha sin x, which is the same as 2 times sine of alpha plus x, or we can write x plus alpha, right? And we figure out from here that alpha is equal to pi by 6, right? Therefore, we have the function f of x as 2 times sine of x plus pi by 6. Make sense? So now we can answer what is amplitude, what is period, and what is phase shift. So the amplitude is 2, period is 2 pi, right? And phase shift is left, we can write minus pi by 6. Left pi by 6, correct? So that is how we get all the parameters. Now it is a question of sketching this particular sine wave, one wave for this, right? So let's do that part. So we can rewrite our equation, which is f of x equals to 2 times sine of x plus pi by 6. So basically, when you sketch this function, one wave sine starts with minus pi by 6, right? So what you get here is this coordinate point here will be minus pi by 6. The period is 2 pi, right? All the points have shifted pi by 6 to the left, right? So, so this point here is 2 pi minus pi by 6. So 2 pi is, this point is 11 pi by 6, right? And pi, which is 6 pi by 6, shift one more unit, becomes 5 pi by 6. Makes sense, right? The midpoint, which is 3 pi by 6 or pi by 2 normally, will shift further pi by 6 to the left, right? So you could think like this. Original wave will be like this, right? Correct? Where these points are 0, pi, and 2 pi. Here we have 1, and here we have minus 1, right? This I'm talking about sine x. Now here we have the amplitude, which is 2 here, and this is minus 2. It shifted left, right, by pi by 6. So you get minus pi by 6 here. And this peak, which was at pi by 2, shifts by pi by 6, right? So instead of 3 pi by 6, it becomes 2 pi by 6. Makes sense? One shift here. And this point, which is, so here it is 1 pi by 2, 2 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, or 9 pi by 6, now becomes 8 pi by 6. You see that? So that becomes your wave, where we could actually draw y-axis somewhere here, right? And say this is 2 and that is minus 2. Does make sense, right? So we shifted the sine wave left by pi by 6 and sketched it out. Amplitude becoming 2, period is 2 pi. Perfect. Starting from minus pi by 6 to 11 pi by 6 gives us one full wave with a period of 2 pi, right? So that becomes the sketch for the given question. So I hope you understand and appreciate how this should be solved. Feel free to write a comment, share your views. If you need a PDF on our question paper, you can always send an email on the given address. Thanks for your valuable time and all the best.